Look, that's not good. I'm muted. So anyway, take two. Me, are you ready? Good. Right. Welcome to THFC Till We Die. I'm top past present and an exciting future under somebody buying players for Tottenham. Yay! We've bought Conor Gallagher. We've hijacked another deal. Tottenham are a bit like Del Boy out of Only Fools and Horses. We tried to save you something dodgy for 12 quid and we'll go down to Boise and get you one cheaper. So yes, we have got Gallagher in, a very good signing, but let not change. Let's keep it going and let's get another one in. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. We've got rumours. We have loads of stuff. We've got rumours a bit on Gallagher, a little bit on Paratici as well. And we're also going to talk about the rumours around Tottenham at the moment from 5 different outlets, and we're going to rate them. We're going to give them the Mia rating. Are they a 10 for yes, a 5 for no, or a 0 for get into my dungeon, says Mia. And yes, we are going to talk about all things Gallagher as well. But joining me, of course, on this show is the one and only. This woman needs no introduction the world over. If she was Prime Minister, she would have banned Romero from travelling anywhere out of the UK, and she would have jailed the rest of us for talking absolute shite. It's the one and only Mia, aka Scrappy Doo. How are you, Mia, this evening?
Not too bad, not too bad. And I see that Ryan's in the chat. Listen, Ryan, don't try and be nice, yeah, because you know I've got words to say to you. If we ever have a face-to-face conversation, I've got serious words. So
yeah, we're going to have to get a debate between you and Rhino. That would be funny.
Yeah, but that's not a fair debate, to be fair. And hello to Leo as well. Yeah, it's not a fair debate though, because I would absolutely whoop him because I've got logic and being sensible. I don't really know what Ryan's got to bring on his table.
I'm sorry. Everyone needs a bit of Ryan in their life. I'm sorry, they do. They need a bit of Ryan in their life.
I'm not sure about that.
I tell you
I'll rate that on that one.
Yeah, I tell you one thing, Mia. Right, you could be having a crap day. In comes Rhino into a chat with his frank sort of, I am a frank man. I'm franking, and he just cheers you up because you know Frank.
He's definitely a franker, or maybe a word similar to franker.
Somebody. Let's see who's in the chat. Welcome a few people in. Big up to you. 38 already in the house. Big up to you. Please hit that like and subscribe. We would love to get to 2020 for the end of the stream. 5 people subscribe. That's a good thing for the next hour or so. Big up to John 68. Our Spurs looking to get Karen, that player, in from Dortmund. I've got an update on that. I will give it to you in a while. I'm waiting for a master's update from the people I use. And so you never know. That can come any moment. Big up to the Manchester United. Colin, been a member for 26 months. Thank you so much, Colin. And yes, guys, that does give me an opportunity. I will get it. What am I looking for? I am looking for inspiration. That's what I'm looking for. I never have this ready. I should do, but I don't. Yes, Colin is setting up this. Let me get my teeth in. This channel is being sponsored again by O'Connor's Designs, one of the best people in YouTube to make thumbnails, intros, and everything like that. So let me give you the jargon, the logo, something to say. Where is it? Oh God, haven't put it in. Anyway, yeah, it's done by O'Connor. The link is in the description below. I'm sure I put it in this one. Oh God. Do you know when you think you're prepared, Mia, and you're not? It's been one of those days for me today. It really has. Here we go. O'Connor's Designs, who have been helping creators level up their channels. If you're looking for professional YouTube thumbnails, intro videos, and studio backgrounds, or a logo design, O'Connor Designs specializes in clean custom work made specifically for creators, not generic templates. They offer fair pricing for both established channels and smaller creators with a quick turnaround and a proper attention to detail. If you want your channel to look more professional and stand out, check out Conor's designs. And if you mention the promo code THFC TID 26, you would get 10% off your first order. The email is in the description below. And if you want to look at his work, look no further to our intro, which I think is probably the best intro out there. He done that for us as well. So guys, do give him hit that email and do get in touch with him because he does some fantastic work. So big up to your column as well. 26 months you've been a member. You really are showing loyalty. Thank you so much. Big up to Rhino. Says big up Dermo. Ryan Tequila, a very good signing for the board from the board, but I think Frank wanted him. Rhino, Frank, this is not a Frank signing. This is a club signing for our future manager. Maybe Poch, and I said that last night. But big up. You keep being you, bud. You keep being
Joe,
you.
what I think it is, I think people mix it up a lot because a lot of people used to say, well, Ange spent this amount, but I don't think they ever do. I think they're offered players and they say yes or no. I don't think it's a case of they go and actually choose because that's what the recruitment team are for.
Yeah, it is. You're right. A big up to you, Mayor. It says, good afternoon, says Wayne Bonner. Evening, folks. Hope you're well. I like the Gallagher signing. Once it's done, good players. It all adds a spark to our midfield and upgrade it. Now just need Frank to stop with it. I think Thomas Frank could be out by the weekend if we lose to West Ham personally. Defensive, boring, non-top foot. Yeah, I agree with you, Rain. What else is saying? Big up to Rain. He says, God damn, I thought Dermo was doing the mini mime act there for a minute. Good to see you, Mia. We need someone to keep Dermo behaving. I'd always
That's
behave.
right, Wayne.
I'm a good lad. That's my mother. That's Mrs. Tron. I'm a good lad. Hi, Dermo. Big up to Leo. The only man wants me to get my David Bowie LP out and listen to the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust. It says, hi, Dermo. I'm happy with the Gallagher's coming. So am I. So big hi to you, Mia, as well. We've got Simon Cohen in the house. Big up, all. Big up to you, Simon. We've got John 68. Anyone else video imagine squashed up? Anyone else's video image squashed up to the middle screen? Yes, right. It's tonight. I've done this again. It's gone out in the portrait and it's gone out on a long thing on StreamYard. I forgot to put it on the portrait. Just come out, Giant 68, and go into the proper one, and you should be all right. Sorry about that. I really do apologize. Big up to Henry 2492 COYS. He says heart and a rocket. Must be the rocket for the signing of Gallagher. Big up to Rhino. All I was doing was being nice, mate. Yeah, she was joking, Rhino. She was joking. What the hell did you do?
I mean, Ryan just existing and being Ryan, I suppose.
Come on, Mia. Be nice. Be nice. VDV.
I'm joking.
I
Ryan
know you're
knows.
joking.
Listen, Mr. Vanilla knows, innit? He knows. So
VDV leaving this summer to Liverpool. John Lee, I will ask the question. I think it may happen. Something me and Mia may talk about, but I think it will happen. You've done nothing, Rhino. You've done nothing. Domo, it's okay. I come out of YouTube, back in the vid. All I can now. Big up to you. Big up to David Clark, has been a member for 22 months. Big up to you, David. Down under. Big up to you, David. I hope you're doing well, bud. And he says, g'day. G'day, Dermot. Hello.
G'day. That's a name I haven't seen in a long time, David. Yeah, I hope you are very well.
It is. And look, I do miss starting the shows going, g'day, when Andrew was in charge. I do miss that. G'day. Well, big up to you. And Wayne says, g'day, David Cobber. How's life treating you? There you go.
Yeah,
got me in the Aussie
mood. David. I hope you're well, David. Like I say, I haven't seen you in a while, so.
Yeah, and thank you so much as well, Dave. A member for 22 months, and Colin as well, 26 months. Really appreciate that loyalty. It really does. And look, we do appreciate it. I know there's bigger channels out there, and I appreciate all the subscribers, all the members that do members. There will be more member stuff coming your show. I'm just sorting out what's members and what's non-members for the match day build up, and also for the transfer stuff as well. So please be patient, but we will get it spot on, and you will get your money's worth. Believe me. Big up to Simon. Said Dermo, who is next in coming? We've got that coming up. I'm waiting for an update, Simon. If I'm being honest, we are looking at a few players, but we will get into that in a minute. So keep your ears peeled. We are going into that. Right, let's go and talk about it, Mia. Let's talk about our latest signing. We did get the here we go last night from Fabrizio Romero. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the deal is done. He is a Tottenham Hotspur player, and he will make his debut on Saturday. So that's going to be interesting. I think he will come in for an Archie Gray. Can you imagine a Conor Gallagher and a Palunia double act in the midfield? Mia, that's mouthwatering. But he has signed a 5.5-year deal with Tottenham after flying to England for his medical today. The 25-year-old midfielder is poised it has completed his £34.7 million move from Atletico Madrid. He has signed the deal, and it runs to June 2031. Mia, look, I'm happy with this. Somebody did say it last night, and I think it makes a very good point. Which midfielder's going?
I think that we'll probably get rid of Basuma. I think.
Would you say Sarr as well?
Maybe, but I wouldn't really get rid of Sarr. I don't think, because he came in at the beginning of the season, he'd done very well, and I think that then Thomas Frank for some reason randomly dropped him, and then when he's come back, he hasn't been as good because he hasn't had the consistent games. So I actually do really like Sarr. So I don't think we should sell two. I think that we're going to get rid of one. It should be Biss, because he's obviously got the bad attitude and the balloon addiction. So
yeah, I mean, look, if you look at it, we've got Archie Gray that plays a defensive six. We've got Burfield that plays in an 8 as well. We've got Conor Gallagher who plays in an 8. We've got Papa Sarr who plays in an 8. So you would think they're going to keep Archie Gray because he can play in the 6. You would think they were going to keep Bergville as well, because I think he is a decent player, Bergville, in my opinion. Now, does it mean that they're not going to get Palunia and he goes back to Bayern Munich in the summer? That means we don't have then to get rid of Papa Sarr. I think we get rid of Basuma, and I think we get rid of Papa Sarr. I think they're the two players.
I don't see Sarr can play in different positions as well, though, because he's played further forward too. So I think it'd be ridiculous to get rid of two, Dermot, especially when we've got Bentancur out as well. So why would we get rid of two? That would be stupid.
Does Bentancur go then? Because you can have so many players for the one position then, aren't you?
But like I say, Sarr can play multiple positions, and we don't really know what Lucas Bergvall is yet. So I don't really think so.
I think Bergville's more of an 8. I don't think he's a 6. I don't think he's a 10 either. But I think he's more of an 8. I think, look, if you look at it, I think Sarr can play a 6. So I think Sarr's young enough. I think you get rid of Bentancur. I think we haven't seen the best of Benny since he got his leg come back from his injury. And I think with this new injury as well, which is going to keep him out, I think until the end of the season near enough, I think he goes in the summer. I think it's an upgrade for myself on Bentancur.
Yeah, I'm saying for January. Like, I think for January, the only one that should go is Basuma. I don't think any of the others should go in January.
I'm more talking about the summer. Who goes in the summer, man?
Oh, why are we talking about summer? Summer's far away yet, man.
No, see, we got to plan ahead. We're doing like Tottenham should do, is plan ahead. We should do. Tottenham don't plan ahead.
No, it's not my job.
Yeah, good point. Leave Sarr, he is young. So would you then, if you are looking to the summer, Mia, then is it, if we don't get Palunia, do you get rid of Palunia and Bentancur? Then you've got to really have got a young midfield then, haven't you? I think it's much better.
I think that we should probably, it's difficult with Palunia because he does what he does, but I think that you could probably get somebody a little bit better when it comes to certain aspects. But I think that he's very good for the leadership, but he can't play every game. So I would probably say that, unfortunately, Bentancur, since his injury and now another one, I think it wouldn't be a good idea to probably keep him. So I would probably get rid of a couple, like get rid of him, maybe keep Palunia. I don't know, it's really difficult. But I do think we need more experience, because I don't think we should be expecting an Archie Gray or Bergvall to play in all those games. We need them to have experience to learn from. You know, I do think that.
I agree, Mia. I do agree, but I just think our midfield does need refreshing a lot. And I don't think we've seen the best of Bentancur since the injury. And I think in certain games, I think Palunia has been the better out of the two. And I do feel Bentancur probably does need to go in the summer. I think then you got a decision. What do you do with Papa Sarr? But if you're getting rid of Basuma, and then you're getting rid of Palunia and probably Bentoncourt, then you probably need to add to that midfield. And as somebody's put in the chat, I think it's Simon Cohen said, Wharton from Crystal Palace. I think that would be a very good addition to our midfield with him and Gallagher and that. On Palunia itself, do you think we need to keep Palunia for just the 6 role? Because we have struggled in that position, haven't we?
I think we need to get somebody for. I think he needs to be kept, but like I say, he can't play all of the time due to his age. But he's a good person to have around because of his like the way that he is and his leadership skills. So I would definitely say that Paulinho. But like I say, he hasn't got all of the skills, and it is difficult. And I do see where everyone's coming from, but I think we need to have like a bit of an assessment in the summer. About it all. But if we get rid of Basuma and Benny, then I think with Gallagher as the addition, I don't know if they're really going to add. And we're going to have Maddison back, and we're going to have Kulu back. Don't forget that. So, and Kulu can play in box to box, can't he, as well? So I don't think that it's a good idea to probably add to it if we've got all of that. I don't think we'll add to it. I think that we need to probably get some out more than adding to it.
I agree. I also agree here with Sean here. He says, forget Wharton, get Hayden Hackney. I think that's a great shout. I'd like to get Hayden Hackney.
Yeah, because I don't think Wharton's going to come to us.
No, I don't think he will.
So I don't. But I do think.
What do you reckon? Man United, Liverpool?
Liverpool, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
But as I say, I think that we do need to sort it out, but like if we've got a Maddison back and as well, because he's going to be playing more, obviously, the Xavi role. If Sarr can also play that role and he can play other roles, and then you've got the others, I think that it's more a case of making sure we've got enough and getting some out.
Yeah, I do. We've got Giant says he could see Pelini helping to bring it on Gray. Probably. I like Archie Gray. I think Archie Gray's a good player, but I just feel we've overused him this season, Mia. I think we have overused most of our midfield.
I think it's not just overusing him. I think that it's a lot of pressure because he's coming in when really he shouldn't have to be coming in as much as what he is. He's young enough that we should have been really like bleeding him in a little bit, but we haven't because we haven't had the opportunity to do that. So we need players that he can be someone that comes on. He's not going to be a starter. We need to have our starting midfield and keep with it and stick with it. As I say, we're going to have Kulu back. So obviously we're going to have a real mix up of we've got Kulu, we've got Paulinho, Conor Gallagher, and then the youngsters. So I think that's probably enough.
Yeah, I probably would have to agree. Look, I like this one from 1K. Let me take that for a bit. I like this one from 1K 1015. We Spurs fans love a signing or a sexy drama. So Alonso or Poch, who would they choose? Would the heart overrule the head? Look, Mia, I know. Look, I never agreed with the Poch sentiment to begin with, but as the years have gone on, I've always come around to your way of your argument over Pochettino, being like, his brand of football was good, but he wasn't successful because it's all about winning silverware. Where Ange Postecoglou's brand of football was damn right awful, but we want silverware. So there is that argument around there. But if you look at the Conor Gallagher signing, and there's a lot of rumours out there saying Xabi Alonso to Tottenham. I think Xabi Alonso is going to Liverpool. I don't think we're talking to him. I think it's a load of BS, and I think it's people sitting in darkened rooms in their mammy's basements on their computer board trying to put out a load of BS on X. So, do you think if Pochettino was to return, do you think this is a midfielder that would suit a Pochettino type team, Conor Gallagher?
Yeah, because he loved him when he was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to get rid of him. So I think that, he'll be very happy. He made him captain. So.
Yeah. So where are you with the ownership as well with this signing, Mia? Because we didn't do nothing for the first 11 days, 12 days. Suddenly Change for Tottenham put out there's a protest on Saturday. And don't forget, guys, we've got Change for Tottenham. Billy on tomorrow for Change for Tottenham on the channel. So do join us from that at 8. And then suddenly Tottenham go out, we've bought Conor Gallagher, and there seems to be more activity coming in now. Where are you on the ownership at the moment? Are
I,
you wait and see, or you're like me, really frustrated, really angry with the way we've been doing business, and especially with the dithering over Thomas Frank as well? And it seemed that, and the Paratici nonsense that's happening, which we will get into. Where are you on the ownership at the moment?
quickly want to shout out to big up to Hodgod as well. I haven't seen you in ages either, so I hope you're
Oh,
well. There's always people I haven't
hap-
seen in a while. Sorry.
yeah, I haven't seen him for a long
Happy
time
New
either.
Year.
Big up to you. Happy New Year to you, bud.
With the ownership, I feel like they've kind of tried to misdirect and be like, it was all
Mm.
Levy's fault. It was never our fault. And I think that that's a load of BS because there's always them above Levy. Let's be completely honest.
Yeah.
And so far, I feel like that with the Gallagher one, I don't think that the fact there's a protest bothered them. I don't think for one moment that actually 2,000 people turn up on the high road or 3,000 or whatever would actually make them get a player or not. I think they were going to get him regardless. But the fact is that they do need to pull their finger out because they're the ones who come out and try to make out that it was all Levy all along and it's not them. They know better. They're going to do better. Well, obviously now they need to show they're going to do better. And thus, I think so far, just one signing, I don't think that's really good enough. Like, I don't think that's good enough so far.
No,
We
I
need
don't.
to pull our finger out and get a few more in.
Well,
So,
talking about that, Mia, talking about getting a finger out, you know, I was waiting for an update. I got an update.
yes.
So here we go, guys. We've got some rumors going in to add to the rumors already got in PDFs. Now, let's go through the one-to-one, Mia. Spurs could make a big offer to rival Liverpool for RB Leipzig's Danish winger, Jan Demanda. Now, I got told this today. Although the Bundesliga club might demand a huge fee, this is very unlike Tottenham, isn't it? Going against the big clubs, going for these young.
I
He is a
mean,
young player. He's a very good player. So where are you on that one, Mia? I think this is a maybe, in my
I
opinion.
think that this is a load of BS that they're trying to bring out to make out that they're trying to get a player. We ain't never going to get a player of Liverpool, man. Let's not be ridiculous. If there's a choice of us or Liverpool, they're always going to go Liverpool. There ain't
Yeah.
no way we're going to do it.
Well, I
And
did start
it's
said
just
Spurs
PR.
could.
It's just
I did
PR.
say Spurs could. Spurs could make a big offer. I did say could. I didn't say could.
Yeah, but I
I
could,
know what you mean. I
I
agree
could,
with you.
I could grow wings and fly, but ain't going to happen, is it? Let's be honest.
Are you really? You're doing very well, keeping on the ground. Right, and next one is Luca Nets, left back, and Thiago Gabriel, centre back, and Vanderson have been mentioned in some rumours on Spurs radars. Look, we need fullbacks, don't we, Mia? Quite desperately. Is that the next player you want in?
Probably a left back. Yes, I think left back is important because I think that we haven't. If we've got Porro and Spence on the right, because Spence is better on the right because when he cuts in, it basically narrows the pitch. I don't particularly like that, and I think we need a left footer on the left side, and I think we must get one because I think someone needs to basically challenge. I don't think anybody should be like entitled, feel like they're entitled to get that place. They should work for it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, drink some Red Bull, Mia. That give you wings. Now, another one which is probably a worrying one, maybe for the summer, but we are going to mention anyway. Barcelona are reportedly interested in the Spurs defender Mickey van der Ven, though any move would be costly given his long contract. Look, he is refusing to sign the contract at the moment, to extend his contract, Mia, at the moment. He did like the Instagram of signing Conor Gallagher. Where you wonder, Mickey van der Ven, do you think he's right to wait and see what the board do this summer before committing themselves? But if Barcelona come calling, it's very hard to turn them down, isn't it?
Well, there's been
Very hard.
there's rumours about him going Liverpool as well. So
Yeah.
I think that we always knew that he's a very good player and that this could happen. And the only way to keep him is to show ambition. And are we really doing that with somebody whose track record is 0 trophies in their time? I mean, I just think that shows the ambition of the board. They're saying we want to compete on all fronts, with somebody who's never won. And Mickey van der Ven must be seeing it, and the way we're playing football, which is apparently football. I don't really call it football because I don't think that's football.
Is that what we're playing at the moment? I think we're playing tiddlywinks at the moment. Seriously. Right, Ryan, look, I do like you, man. But look, we break a lot of things in this channel, right? And they've all been spot on. Our sort of prediction rate's probably 90% out of 100. Yes, the last 10% you can get wrong either way. It is transfers. Not everyone's going to get everything right. Our reputation precedes itself. Me and Mia will back me up in this. We broke the Harry Kane news.
We did.
We actually broke that first before anyone else. And I got criticized even to this day saying, you've got it wrong. No, we did. Our reputation, and I will protect the people I use. Mia was within the group as well and knows the people I use. They're 9 times out of 10 spot on. We got this about Gallagher about a week ago. Me and Tequila talked about Gallagher before the season, before Christmas, and we did mention it again after Christmas. I give the news I get is I give to you guys. Everything is a rumor until proven otherwise. But our reputation precedes itself. We do give out breaking news. We do give out good news, and we do have a reputation on this channel to give out the news first and fastest before anywhere else. We've even beaten Sky Sports News to the news over Ange, over Conte getting sacked, Ange coming in, Thomas Frank coming in. I mean, James did break it on the boss. Mind you, it's the most funniest breaking news story I've ever watched in my life. Considering the woman behind him here didn't notice what he was doing. As soon as he went live, she was putting on her makeup and everything.
So can I just call Spurs Kings? Yeah. Yes, I have actually been back for a while. I've actually got another channel. So yeah, I am actually back, if you like.
Yeah. Hang on, just let me do this. Yeah, so Rhino, look, we look. Not everything is right. Not everything can be 100%, bud. But I trust my sources with my life, and they tell me something's going to happen. Then it's nine times out of 10, it's going to happen. So please, we only give you news once it's given to me, and then it's down to you to believe it or not. But 9 times out of 10, we've always got it spot on. I'm very defensive. I'm very loyal to my sources and the people I use, and I'm very protective over them, and I will back them all the way 100%. Mia, we're going to talk about Dragonson later because I have got a bit on Dragonson anyway. Reports suggest
also,
that
big up Marlon as well from Spurs Kings TV.
Oh yeah, big up to you, Marlon. Big up to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. I need to get you on, so email me or get Mia to or if you know Mia, get Mia will give him my number, Mia, and I get him on. Marlon,
I don't actually have Marlon's, but I've got Ash's number, so I'll message Ash and give him your number to give to Marlon.
Big up to your column as well. John Lee, he said, if we lose Van der Ven to another club, we're in trouble. I'd rather lose Romero. We are going to get on to that. Yeah. Is Romero somewhere lurking in the background, Mia?
Shh. Can't be telling everybody the secrets.
No. Right. By Mateus Tell may be open to a loan move in January, seeking more minutes, though Tottenham's role is unclear. Look, Mia, we know Mateus Tell is unhappy. There was a lot. People are saying in the summer shouldn't have bought him, but do you think we may see the best of Mateus Tell now? I think he's played well in the last 2 games, if I'm being bluntly honest. I think he's done well. Do you think he'd get his time now at Tottenham now? Or do you think he will move?
I hope so, because I really think that he hasn't been given a chance. That's another one. Thank you. Yeah, that's another one that I feel like hasn't been given a real chance. And every time he's come on, he does try really hard. And I just feel like, he does need to be given a bit more time now. I really do. I really would like to see a bit more of him.
And also, last but not least, Gianluca Vicario exit, also mentioned in the broader rumours list, but no confirmed bids yet. We are going to talk about a replacement coming in for Vicario. So we are going to get on that in a minute. Wayne said Romero's in the dungeon with that player as well.
Gazaniga.
Argentinian. Big up to Mr. Brady, who's watching it, who's busy playing these drums in Dublin. And big up to William Red as well. He says, can't afford to lose Tell. He's always plays well with the French under 21. I believe in him. I do know, so do I, William. I think Tell will become a good player for us. Tell's a good player. He needs more time to show his quality. He has got quality.
He's not just got quality as well, but I do really like his attitude towards things as well. I think he's got a very good attitude, and he's been left out, and I can't blame him for wanting more time. So
I just loved the way he came on against Liverpool, made his debut, and just bollocked Son for not doing something. It was the funniest thing ever, and I thought that shows guts. Now Tottenham have a little bit of a hijacking thing this season in the summer window and the winter window. There are 4 signings in the 25-26 transfer window that Tottenham have hijacked the deals. Xavi Simons, kudos for Chelsea, both. Then we've got Conor Gallagher from Aston Villa and Kolo Muani from Juventus and Manchester United. Is this more Paratici or Johan Lang business, do you think, Mia? I think it's more the latter than Paratici, but we've done well in hijacking deals these transfer windows. I quite like it.
I'm going to be honest and say I don't think we really hijacked Xavi, because I don't think that Chelsea really properly went in for him, nor did they really go in for Mo Kudos. And the only one I can really say was Aston Villa, who's really that we properly hijacked, if you like. Muani, I think Juve didn't have the money, and I don't know what the Man United deal was, but yeah, I mean, it is definitely more Paratici, if anything, and that's why him leaving, I'm a bit worried about Land being in charge of everything. It's a bit concerning on that front.
I do apologise for what was running across the bottom of the screen. I only noticed now. I run a political channel, and we were doing it last night. I forgot to change the ticker at the bottom of the screen, so I do apologise.
Oh, no, what was you saying?
I was just breaking news from Donald Trump last night, and I just kept seeing Donald Trump's name keep running. I thought, Donald Trump and Tottenham, what's that got to do with Spurs? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I do apologise.
Well, maybe he'll make Tottenham great again.
Oh, no. I would love him to do that, make Tottenham great again. I think Columns want him to make Manchester United great again.
I mean, I think that needs more than Donald Trump. That needs God, that needs Allah, that needs Buddha, that needs everything, really.
It needs Musk as well.
It needs Musk, it needs everybody. They've got a holy roof, they've got rats running around, they've got a temporary manager. Who knows what's going on out there?
Oh, Lord. That is funny. That is funny. Make Tottenham great again. I love that. Right, Mia, look, let's talk a little bit about Fabio Paratici, set to leave Spurs just 4 months after returning. Look, I'm not saying he's leaving now. I'm still in the camp of nothing's been confirmed. Nothing's come out of Tottenham. Yes, Sky Sports are saying he's going to leave on the 2nd of February. Yes, that they had an Italian expert on TalkSport this morning with Jim White and Simon Jordan saying that, okay, he's going back to Fiorentina. Mia, I think I'm being a little bit foolish, or probably a little bit in denial that he's going.
You're completely in denial because David Ornstein confirmed it.
Yeah, well, Ornstein can be wrong, you know.
He's very rarely wrong because he actually doesn't tweet or put out very much. And he said Fabio Paratici set to exit Tottenham after the current transfer window.
No, I agree, and I do. I was only joking. Look, I'm really disappointed with this. I'm really bitterly disappointed. I think if anyone should have gone, it's Lang, and just let Paratici cook. Look, he is saying personal reasons, and I think going to Fiorentina, for what I've been told and what I've read, that he's going to get a bigger role at Fiorentina. He's going to have carte blanche and run the whole thing. Look, we did stand by him, but he was a Levy signing, and a bit like Thomas Frank as well was a Levy signing. Paratici leaving, I want to go on this route first, Mia, if I can, and then we'll go and talk about Paratici and what do you think he can do to cement his legacy at Tottenham and what he can do this month. But do you think Thomas Frank's now being isolated as a manager? He hasn't got Daniel Levy, he hasn't got Paratici. Simon Jordan said it this morning that he feels Thomas Frank is being isolated at Tottenham.
No, not at all.
Do you don't think so, Mia? Do you think he isn't being isolated?
Him and Lange are obviously countrymen, and I think because they've known each other from before as well. So I don't think that at all. I don't think that at all.
Do you think though losing 2 of the 3 then is not helpful for Thomas Frank then? Because
Well,
Lang
yes,
really, if you look at Paratici and Lang, I think Paratici's the one you would listen to more you listen to a Johan Lang, if I'm being honest.
the thing is, Dermot, he's got to suck it up, Buttercup. His job is to coach the team. He's got nothing to do with all them. He's nothing to do with them. All he gets told is, do you want this player or this player? Or he might say, well, this is the type of football. I'm going to put it in air quotes because I don't think it's football. We're going to play. So maybe try and maybe look at this type of player. But he doesn't really have much say. So I don't feel really like he's been isolated from what? Like, from what? I don't really think that at all.
I think he's been isolated from the support he would have got if a Paratici stayed or Daniel Levy would have stayed. I feel they would have.
Why does he need support? What is he, a 5-year-old?
Well, he needs support. Well, no, he needs support in getting players in. He needs support in the structure that he wants to build at Tottenham and what he wants to make build Tottenham into.
That's up to but that's the director of football's job. They're supposed to come in and get a manager and dictate what the style of football is, and the coach is supposed to coach the players to do that. That's his job.
But a manager will come in, Mia, right? And a manager comes in like Ange did when he came in. He has an idea of what he wants how he wants to run the football club, how he wants the director of football to run the football club.
William's right. Exactly what I just said. William is saying director of football are the ones that decide. It's nothing to do. He is a coach. It's like saying that I can't think of a good analogy. Like a teacher. The teacher comes in. Their job is to teach, not to run the school. So that's not their job.
So you telling me Emery doesn't run Aston Villa then?
No,
Emery manager.
No, of course not. He's not a manager. He's a coach.
He's got more say. He's got more say.
Who says? Says you. Says no. They've got the director of football.
Well, he does,
who tells him what they're going to do.
How many times, Mia, have I heard on Sky or when they're doing commentary or when they're saying when you're watching all these podcasts and you're watching people talking about Aston Villa that Emery has more to say who comes in, who goes out the football club because he's the manager. Thomas Frank is the manager of Tottenham Hotspur.
He's not a manager, he's a coach. He's not a manager, he's a coach. Well, the difference is nowadays is coaches are coaches. But they're not managers anymore. That's not how it works, Dermot. And even Emery might have a bit more of a say because he's been there a bit longer. But the only one that probably gets carte blanche is probably a Pep or when Klopp was at Liverpool because they've earned that right because they've won a lot of stuff. But I don't think any other coach in the Premier League gets carte blanche on what happens.
I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised if Emery doesn't because if you look at Lang when he was at Villa, they weren't doing very well. As soon as they left, they're up there. And I think Johan Lang needs to leave as well.
Because they've got a better director of football in. They've got better people at the top.
Okay,
and so that's why, not because Emery, because they've got better people at the top.
Emery's a good manager, Mia. Emery is a very good manager.
No. I'm not saying he's not a good manager, but I'm just saying that they got the same manager, but with different recruitment. That's what it equaled better.
Okay.
Not because of him making that decision, if you like.
Yeah, so let me go down this road then. Who do you think? Look, for me, I think Paratici is better than Lang. I think I'd rather Paratici stay than Lang stay. But look, he's going back to Fiorentina. Who do you think would you take in as a new director of football at Tottenham? Who would you like to see? Who would you think the Lewis family should go after? And who do you think would be the right fit? Because we've got to find a director of football who fits the Tottenham's philosophy. Tottenham's philosophy is the Tottenham way. The Tottenham way is push and run, wherever you want to see it. It evolves, doesn't it? Push and run does evolve over the years, from the Bill Nick years to the Keith Berkshire years to the Poch years, and a little bit in between. I don't know anyone at the moment. Paul Mitchell would be a shout for me to bring him back to Tottenham.
Yeah, I was going to say Paul Mitchell because really, even Ralph Rangnick, I think I don't know, like he's got to suit the manager. Like I feel like the manager obviously needs to be suited. That's why I feel like we might not stick with Frank. Like I really think that because I think that they're getting the manager, they're going to get somebody in, a coach in that's going to suit. If they're going to get rid of, if they are going to get somebody else in, I feel like that's got to suit that person. I don't know at the moment if anybody really suits what Frank is attempting to do.
I tell you what we will do. Look, I can I just stay here. I love doing shows with Mia because she always pushes back on everything I say. And I love it. I love somebody comes in here, a bit like Tequila. Tequila's a bit. You're the female Simon Jordan. That's what I'm going to nickname you now.
Do you know, I don't mean to sound like I'm. If anybody gets the wrong idea, I know Dermot very well, and he knows me. He knows when I'm being like that. I'm not being aggressive or horrible or anything like that. I know, but you know that. Other people might see it like not like that who don't know.
There you go. You are now the female Simon Jordan. You. That's what I'm nicknaming you now.
Fair enough.
You used to own the football club. I don't know which club you used to run, but it wasn't Crystal Palace because Tequila would kill me for doing that. Big up to Fan 01. Hey guys, can't wait to see Gallagher in the match. COYS from Hamburg, Germany. Big up to you from Germany. I hope you're doing well over there. And also Stephen Robinson. Where can I get the title music? If it's a big enough demand, we might put it onto we might put the track onto a MP4, whatever, and we might just we'll work on something. All right, let me talk to Column. We might release a little CD actually with all the intros we've had on here. We've got two.
No one has CDs anymore, Dermot.
What are they then? I'm so behind the times.
Basically, you just stream it. You download it. You don't you'll stream it.
See, that shows how old I am. I'm such an old bugger. Right. What we do is we've got two actually. We've got the old one and the new one. Let me talk to my mate Colin, who does all my back work, who does all my tech work for me. We'll sort something out and we'll let you know, guys. Give me a week or so on this, and Steve will get it out for you, bud. We'll find it away and we'll put it on January sale, or we'll put it on as a free download for you guys, so you can download it and put it onto your phones as well. Give me time. I'll work on that. So Stephen, let me know, bud. But hit that like if you can. It says I have a massive. So do I. But mine, I used to, but now mine's all on YouTube Music.
Who's got a CD player? Because I don't have. I've got CDs, but I don't have a CD player.
Yeah, we could put it out on vinyl. That's a good idea, Wayne. That's
nothing wrong with an old vinyl. I used to have the first Kylie Minogue album. I actually got on LP on vinyl.
I should be so lucky.
Indeed.
God. Yeah, Mia knows us. Big up to Simon. Mia knows her Spurs. Of course she is. She's the queen of the Spurs community. And don't let anyone tell you any different. Apart from Mary W, who comes into the chat, who's the queen here. So there's two queens. We'll let them fight it out. Who's queen number one? Big up to you, Mary. I've got you, Mary. You're my favourite. Big up to you.
Did I just hear that right? Do you want me to fly over to Ireland and have serious words with you? I'm going to get.
You'll never find me. You never. I live in the
boat. I'm going to get Mrs. Tron on the case.
Oh Jesus, she is the boss. Right, systems check, CD player, amp tuner, record deck, classic. Big up to you, Marco. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Yeah, leave it with me. We'll do something, guys. We'll do something for you. Right, Mia, let's crack on. We've got a load of people. Right, these are the news. Right, Lookman deals, I told you last night, the Fenerbahce is not done yet. Spurs getting involved to try and sway him. We'll keep you updated as much as I can. Only issue there will offer more wages than Spurs. Do you know, he's only on 41 and 45, but I think between 41 and 50 grand a week, Mia. So I think we can up his wages. I think this is a deal we can get done this window, actually, get it done over the line. Out of 10, how much do you think it will get done? And out of 10, how much do you want them? I'm going for, I think, 8 or 9 to get it done, and 10 get him in, because I think he solves our problem on the left-hand side if we can get him in.
See, I'm not so keen. I think that he is a bit of a troublemaker, and I don't think that I want somebody like that at the team. Not because I don't think he's a good player, because why is actually more important, because we've got loads of players who can play on the left, none that have been given a proper chance, and I feel like that they should be given more of a chance. And I think that actually the right is more important, but I don't think he's got the right attitude. He started trouble at AFCON. Like he's always he's falling out with everybody all the time. Exactly what David Clark says. Lookman's fell out with every coach he's been under. He has more baggage than Heathrow Airport. No, thank you.
Well, he can fall out with Thomas Frank, so I don't think Frank's going to be here very long. So.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Even the next manager, the thing is, the next manager, whoever it is, I don't want someone with that attitude at my club.
Do you know what, Mia? I do like him. I do hear the argument that he does fall out, and I do listen to the argument, but he's a very good footballer. Maybe he just needs the right environment. Maybe
Mr. Frank, who can't probably run his own bath, is going to be the one to tell him, put him into place.
I'm not saying Thomas Frank. Right. Hear me out. Just say, right, say we get a Xabi Alonso, right? Or not a Xavi Alonso, the other Xavi, who was manager of Barcelona, or a Pochettino. Do you think he's the sort of manager that would sort of put the arm? Does he need the arm around the shoulder, or does he need tough love? Which of the two do you think he needs?
I think he needs to go and sort his head out if that's his attitude. I don't think any manager can sort this guy out because he falls out with everybody, his own teammates, coaches. There's something wrong up in his head, like to be like that, to have that attitude. He needs to go and get therapy because you shouldn't have that attitude. You're a famous footballer and you've got under a lot of pressure, but you shouldn't be treating other people like that.
I agree. I like him as a player. I do like him as a player. I think he's a very good player. All good players.
I think he's a good player. No, but there's difference.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. Is he worth more trouble than what he's worth? Look, personally for me, my opinion, I think he's a good fit for Spurs. I think he would do a good job for Tottenham. But does the baggage put you off? And if I'm being honest, then yes, it would. So I think, do you know what? You make a good point, Mia. But for me, as a player, and somebody we need on that left side, I think he does bring something to the team. But
I think that the problem is, Dermot, it's not only with the coaches. If he falls out with our players, is that somebody you want in who's going to fall out with our players? I don't like that. Like, you can't do that. It's going to
I know that
unsettle players, man. If he's got a bad attitude, he's going to have to be told about himself, and he won't like it. Just like he didn't like it in AFCON, and he threw a tantrum, and they were having an argument.
I got a bit of breaking news. Look, this is only a rumor, but I'm waiting to get it confirmed, but if it is or not. But Tottenham may have submitted a bid for Carmen Adibi. Carmen, can't pronounce the surname. Sorry, Adimeni, from Germany. So look, I'm waiting to get it confirmed. I will ask the question, and hopefully by the end of the show, we might give you an update on that. So, is this the one you don't want it to happen then, Mia?
No, I don't want it to happen because I think I'm not saying when it comes to how he plays football, I think he's a good player, but I do not want that stinky attitude. So
okay. Next one is Spurs are eyeing up Ukrainian Andrei Lewin, 26-year-old shot stopper from Real Madrid, wants more game time. Spawn. I've watched this. I've watched a few highlights of this. He's a very good keeper. I think he'd be a good upgrade on Kingsky. Maybe not on Vicario, but I think on Kingsky. Do you think we need two new keepers, Mia? Or do you think we need an upgrade on Kingsky? So that keeper pushes Vicario to keep him on his toes. Do you think Vicario's a little bit, I would say, a little bit, I don't have to try very hard because I've got nobody to come in to take my place?
I don't think many goalkeepers do have somebody really to come and really take their place. Look at all the big clubs. They always keep a solid keeper, right? But I think the problem is that Vicario isn't always that, although he has saved us many a time. And I do always say to people, remember those times that he actually has saved us. But I do think that at times he is a bit of a liability. So I think actually if we're going to do anything, we should get one to replace Vicario, and Vicario take a bit of a back seat or be sold. Because I think that really he's not good enough to be number one at the moment. I feel like he's got too many mistakes in him. As much as I really like him, and like I say, he does get us. He does some brilliant stopping saves, whatever it is. But he does do those, but he doesn't do it enough because he does make a fair few mistakes as well. So
Right. I do have an update on the on that what I just said a few minutes ago. Tottenham are aware of the Ademini situation. Several transfer trackers and rumor aggregators list Kieran Ademini as one of the names Spurs are aware of this window, but that's just interest scouting level, not a confirmed club to club offer. So as I'm being told, an offer has not gone in for him yet. So I'll keep you updated on that as and when we get more news. But at the moment, there is no bid coming. No, Tottenham have not submitted a bid yet. So I'll let you know more and more. Look, T1, look, I never said we were getting Xavi. I was more talking of Xavi Hernandez, not Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso for me is going to Liverpool. I do agree with you. He would take one look at our technical abilities of our team and the lack of therefore and run screen with back. I totally agree with you 100%. But look, Xabi Alonso for me is going to Liverpool. I don't think we're getting Xabi Hernandez either. I think Poch may be the one coming back in the summer, personally. But look, I get it. I get it. And look, I don't think that's going to work. He does come back. I take him just for the haircut. No Vicario, Tom and Dumb about it. Big up to you. David Clark says no Vicario needs to go in the summer. I can say big up to Rudolph as well. Rudolph, having said that. Yeah, he knows it for being the troublemaker who would challenge Frank's dickhead policies. He would need a kick in the unmentionables. I agree with the lady. You need a team as we see it at Real Madrid or any other team. Totally agree.
I like being called a lady. It's quite nice.
You are a lady, Mia. We are after the Roma goalie. I've also read that here, but I didn't think there was much into it, Simon. But I'll look more into it. I'll ask the question. We've got big up to what's it? Mononiziz. Big up to you. Frank challenges his own dickhead policy. The man is so interested. It's so interesting to listen to. Yeah. He actually put me nearly to sleep the other day, if I'm being honest, listening to his press conference. Right, move on. Get the next one in. Owners owe us years of neglect in the market. That's why we are where we are. Adam, totally agree 100%. I also want to welcome in somebody who I meant to and I didn't. I'm very sorry, and I hope you're doing well tonight. Where are they? Where is he? Got a lot of people in tonight. Anyway, Geordie, big up to you, Geordie. If you're still in the chat, let me know. Good luck with you tonight. Look, you've got a tough game against Man City. We wish you all the very best of luck. But big up, yeah, and I'm delighted over. Says no.
Joe, when I was at the game last season, I met some Newcastle fans, and they were wicked. Such lovely people to talk to. I had a really good chat with them on the tube.
Yeah, they are. I just wonder who Dave is on about. Just asking. A big up now, according to a reporter, footballer, insider, Magnus. God, why do these people have such difficult names, especially me with the speech impediment? Red. Spurs go after these players knowing I'm going to struggle.
Agaloosh.
Thank you. Agaloosh. There you go. Right. Thank you very much. It's a subject of interest from Tottenham Hotspur. The Lily Whites are keen on reinforcing their offensive unit by signing the versatile playmaker in the summer transfer window. So the 23-year-old as a Monaco winger has emerged as a target for the North London outfit. Mia, I know to this. I've seen a bit of him on the highlight reels. Look, highlight reels make players look brilliant, but I like what I see. I do like what I see. What do you think?
Well, he played against us, didn't he? In a game. I think he's really good. I think he's a really good young player. You know, I do really like him. I think he's got good movement. I think that he's definitely got something about him that I think that he would offer like a bit more dynamite to the attack. So yeah, I like Agaloosh.
Yeah, he did play against us. Yes, he did. So I'm just working something out here for later. So that's for that. Right. These are Spurs transfer rumours from 5 different outlets. We've got Radu Dragosin, Team Talk, AS Roma, and Napoli from Tottenham. According to a report published in Colonnetta della Sport on Tuesday morning, Dragosin is pushing for a Roma move. The Romanian international defender is said to have in contact with Roma for a few days and has already reached an agreement on a contractual basis while Tottenham are willing to sell the 23-year-old this month. Last season's Europa League winners are asking for €20 million, which is around £17.3 million to either Rome or Napoli. Look, I can see him going to Roma, Mia. I don't think getting rid of out of Dragonson and Danso, I think I'd rather keep Danso than Dragonson. So do you think this is a good move for him?
I think that it's a good move for his bloody noisy agent who doesn't like to keep his gob shut. But I think that at the minute we probably can't really afford to get rid of him because we've only got Danso. So I feel like actually we need to be a bit careful with the whole situation of not having enough, because before we did that and obviously it's not a good look. So I wouldn't sell him now, but maybe in the summer if we're going to get somebody else in or get one of our loanees back, then possibly, but I just don't think at the moment. But his agent needs to keep his mouth zipped for sure.
Look, I do think it's a World Cup year as well. Are Romania in the World Cup? Can't remember if they are or not, but it is if they are, it is a World Cup year, and he has been out with injuries. He wants to go and get minutes. I can see a loan probably to the end of the season with an option probably attached to it. I don't think Tottenham might sell him outright, but I can see him going out on loan with an option to the end of the season for me. The second one there is Oscar Bob from Manchester City. This was from the lane and back. Oscar Bob is named on the Lily White's radar for January window after 22-year-old has seen his game time significantly reduced this season. According to Team Talk, there is a realistic chance that Bob could be allowed to leave Manchester City this month, with Antonio Simeone taking up his space in that roster. Tottenham, Palace, and Dortmund are sort of circling around him. I sort of agree with David. I don't see Oscar Bob. He is an excellent young player, but I can't see Man City letting him go this window. But we know players can force moves, Mia. We've seen them done before where they get their agents. They do make it uncomfortable. Do you think if a right offer came in for him, it may be too good for Man City to sort of say no to?
I don't think so, and it's another youngster, so I don't think it's a good idea. Anyway, I think we've got enough youngsters, so I'll be a bit opposed to it if I'm honest. If he can't get in, go on.
Yeah, go on, Mia. Sorry.
If he can't get in at Manchester City, then obviously I don't think Pep really rates him, and if he's willing to let him go, then Pep doesn't rate him. And I don't know, I just don't think he's that good. I don't think he's like I say, he's young. Like he might grow into a really good player. And obviously, I think that he's not a bad player. But I'm just saying, I just feel like it'll be a lot of money for such a young player if we want him. And is it worth it? It's a risk.
Right. I've been told this has just come in now. I've been told to look at Brenham Diaz. He's at AFCON at the minute. But I've been told that's the one to look out for. I've been told to look out for that name. But Brahim Diaz, AFCON at the minute, we will see when he gets back. He is a Madrid player, but I've been told that's the one to keep out. So, guys, we'll keep across that one. Right, the next one is Jacob Ranham of Como in Italy. This was from Football Talk. Court Offside claimed that Tottenham have registered their interest in Ramon and have been keeping a close eye on his development, making a potential swoop. On the other hand, and this is where I think this is a no-go, Amir, for me. On the other hand, the report states that although Real Madrid sold the youngster to Como, they have full control over his future as they have a buyback clause for around just €7 million and also have a 50% sell-on clause. Other clubs interested in are Liverpool, Chelsea, Newcastle United, Crystal Palace, and Brighton as well. For me, I think this is a no-goer for Tottenham, but do you think he might end up staying at Newcastle or Palace or Brighton? I can't see him going to Liverpool, Chelsea.
How old is he?
21 years old.
Yeah, another youngster.
Yeah.
People we can't just keep getting. We're not a creche. We have to have a mix of young and old players. We can't just have older players.
Yeah,
we can't just be opening a creche. So no, I think it's a no-go personally.
I think also, Mia, these players do start young as well, don't they? They make their debuts younger. So by the time they get to 21 or 22, they've made over 100 appearances for their club. I mean, I'm just going to look at Oscar Bob here for Manchester City and see how many when he started. Did, are you fully against youngsters, Mia? I can understand
No,
17 or 18, but anyone in their 20s, I'm sure they
I'm
would have
not.
made.
I'm not fully against them, but I feel like that we need to add some more experience for the
Yeah.
youngsters that we have got to learn from. Because who the hell's teaching who? You can't have a 5-year-old teaching a 4-year-old. Like, that's not what we're doing here. Like, it's not going
Hmm.
to work. Like,
No,
we need some adults in the room. And I feel like that we need to get a bit more experience on our team, as well as having youngsters for the energy and that. I feel like we need to have that experience. If we're going to get rid of a Basuma, if we're going to get rid of a Benton Core, that's a bit of your older experience going, right? So I don't want to replace it with children.
right. So his career history, Oscar Bob. Let's just very quickly look at it. Oscar Bob, he's made 9 appearances with 4 as substitute, 1 assist this season. Last year, he made 3 appearances with 3 coming on as sub. 23-24, he made 14 appearances and 12 as sub. 22-23, he didn't make any appearances. He is. Let me check his
Can I
overview.
just say
Yeah,
to Rudolph, I'm not criticising young players, because I do really like some of our younger players, but I think that, like, at the end of the day, we can't just have a team of children. Like, we do need to be a bit more careful. And yeah, Harry Kane was the exception to the rule, just like Mal's an exception to the rule.
mm,
You're always going to get those youngsters that are the exception
yeah.
to the rule, but that's what they are, the exception. That's why you've got to be a little bit careful with expecting a lot of them. That's what my problem is that if we bring them in and expect too much of them, it's too much pressure. So actually I'm doing the opposite. I actually think we should protect youngsters more, bring them in and play, but have them not as somebody who's going to be the main person, but somebody who's going to look up to another player and learn from them. Hence why we need a bit more
Mm.
experience.
I do agree with you in a way as well, but I also think football's get to be a younger person sport these days. How many players in the Premier League are under the age of 23 or 24? I think once you get to 24 and this stage of the Premier League, I think your experience. I mean, Oscar Bobb's made already 26 appearances for in the Premier League, so he knows what the Premier League is about. And I think that's what Tottenham need to do is go out and get Premier League players, Mia, that are Premier League ready. And yes, I agree. We need more experienced players, but I feel at 26 appearances, I think he's also made appearances for the Norway international side as well. I think he would have it about him to know how to cope with Premier League games. But
So
I
I was just looking up, right? The average
mm,
age of City's team is 26. Ours is 23. Do you see
yeah,
where I'm coming from? Like, I
I
feel like
do see where you're coming from, but
the clubs that are good, doing well, they've got a mixture. Average of 26 is a good age. 25, 26, an average is good. So you can't keep bringing it in and that, like, making the average age younger and younger.
But I also feel if you do have a team that's 26 to the average age of 26, 27, it's a team you're going to need to rebuild quicker than if you have a team average age of 22 or
Not
23. I think,
necessarily, because
well,
some
that
players,
team, so,
it depends on what age players you've got in what
mm,
positions. Because some players can go like, well, it also depends on the actual player. Look at Modric. He could go. He's bloody going to
mm,
play until he's 80. I swear. Like, some players can be playing for longer.
mm. No, I get it. Just let me. Oh, sorry, Mia. Didn't mean to do that. God, I'm trying to. There we go. So you don't get cut out by the comments, Mia. We've got
So
Rudolph here says my 18-year-old nephew who has had his start for West Ham. He's already played in the Premier League, by the way. This person's nephew. Big up to you. He says West Ham in the cup and win are not a child. He never gives the ball away, does not fold under pressure, and passes well in quick and accurate. I wish he was expressed.
that's
And also the question to that, then, Mia. Look, if you're going to add on to that, I think young players react better to under pressure than some of the older players do. You look at Tottenham, right, and you look at Ben Davies. Yes, he has all the experience, and yes, he's not the greatest defender in the world, but he's Mister Dependable. He's Mister Won't let you down. but you got an attacking young, say, fullback or an attacking winger that gets you on the edge of the seat and excites you. I think we need
But
more of them. And I think
but the
players
problem.
are players that so the question I'm gonna ask is players are now making their debut a lot younger than they were, I would say, 10 years ago. I would say if you look at the majority of teams, I would say majority of starting 11s on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon or a Monday evening on the Premier League, majority a good say 7 or 8 of them or 7 of them are under the age of 24. You may get a few experienced players in there, and I agree with you. We do need experience, and you filter out with unexperienced younger players. But footballers now are starting younger and getting their league starts younger, and then they're by the time they're 23, 24, they're Premier League experienced. I
I
get what you're
think
saying, but
I think that you're taking it a bit personally. Like your nephew might be like great, but the fact is that he's going to have ups and downs because he is young. And Sir Alex
mm,
Ferguson also had experience in that team. You not, I think people forget what experience that he had when he brought those youngsters through. Like I think that at the end of the day, you've got to be because the youngsters can be up and down. They can have a good game and a bad game, and that's the whole point. And that's why you've got to bleed them in and be careful with how you play them because you don't want them to lose that confidence, and you obviously want to give them minutes. But yeah, you've got to be a bit mindful of that. You can't just chuck them in. Like you can, but it doesn't always work like that. It depends on the player as well, whether they're ready. But they will have ups and downs because they're young.
well, you look at Bergville. I think Bergville's proved the point. He came in at 19, and I think he's become a very good player
But
since the
he
time he's
also
been with
has
us.
bad games, Dermot, where he
Oh
gives
yeah,
the ball away. That's because
so
he's young, though. But
so do it.
I'm not criticising him, but I'm
No,
saying because he's young.
so do experienced players have bad games as well, Mia. Anyone can have a bad game. It doesn't matter if you're young or old. Anyone,
No,
I
but they're
think, can
more
have a bad game.
likely to have more ups and downs because they're learning.
Yeah.
It's like any child, right? They're going to have ups and downs because they're learning still until you become an adult, and then even then you're still learning what life's about.
Everyone's learning, Mia. I'm
So
still learning. I'm
that's what I just
49
said.
years of age.
But what I'm
I'm
trying to
still
say, when you're
now.
younger, you're learning a lot quicker, a lot more because you didn't know much. So you're learning everything about everything. And that's what
See,
these young players are learning.
I quite like. Look, I remember the class of '92 coming in, and I remember the Fergie bringing in the class of '92, and I think it's a lot different to when it was now when Fergie brought in Gary Neville and David Beckham, when he had the experienced players round. I think it's a lot different now. I think Premier League has changed so much over the last 15, 20 years. And I think football in general has evolved and changed over the last 15, 20 years. I think you start younger, you start playing football younger, you start getting into your under 21s younger, you start getting into the first team younger. And I think personally, I think you will see average ages of teams over the next few years get younger and younger and younger. And I think teams now are more go out and put out a team of players under the age of 24 or 23 and maybe have one or two older players in there than they are going to have a team of experienced players around 26, 27 or
I don't
28.
I don't think that's
I,
true. I think all the
I,
best teams get players once they've had experience at a lower league or lower
well,
clubs, and then they get them in because
I
they're
think,
not
well,
experienced enough.
if you're looking for an experienced winger, Oscar Bobbs made 23. How many appearances did he make?
That's
He's made
23 is nothing. That's
He's
a
made
baby
26.
amount.
Well, problem is he's made 26 appearances in the Premier League, so he's Premier League experience. So do you know what I mean?
26 is not experienced enough though, Dermot, man.
Well,
That's like a
well,
really small fraction of a like sample size.
I
That's a
just think that
minute amount.
there's some really good young players out there under the
There
age of
are.
20,
But you've got to
22.
understand that all the best teams wait until they're older and then they get them once they've got more experience because
Mm.
that is important.
I agree with you, David. Players are overcoached with possession, with process and systems driving out raw talent. I do agree with that 100%. Big up that says, actually, he's been introduced slowly. He had 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, and then one half, and then 90 minutes. He did not make a single mistake for the first thing, and he played win back for the first time. Okay, look,
I'm not trying to say your nephew might be the exception to the rule, is what I'm trying to say. There's always
yeah,
exceptions to a rule, but that isn't necessarily the rule. That's why it's an
yeah,
exception to the rule. And he's
big,
yet to play all the time, like all of the time. So you can't judge 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's good they bled him in slow, but until he plays full games all of the time, you can't really tell like what a player's going to be like in the Premier
yeah.
League.
I,
Like
I
that's
have
the
a,
thing.
I have a thing. If you're old enough, you're good enough, and I've always gone by that. If you're old enough, you're good enough. Big up to David says, where have the Mavericks gone? God knows. God knows. Goalkeeper Mile Salva. According to one Italian outlet, the Lily Whites are actively pursuing a move to sign a 26-year-old who has started every game during the 25-26 season. Today, there will be a proof called out in the next few days on this. But with his record this year and Vicario's record this year as well. The report also states that like Chelsea and Manchester United are firmly in the race for the goalkeeper signature, but any deal could cost as much as 70 million euros, 61 million pounds. We talked about Mateus Tales, so we don't need to talk about him. We're going on now, Mia. We have bought Gallagher, so that's the central midfield sort of sorted. Yes, we know we need. Mia did say to me in the background, which I forgot to do it, but which is right. We do need a right winger as well. But Mia, where do you think we should go next? I think we need to get a striker and we need to get a left winger. I think the rest could be sort of left to the summer, but I think we need to get the attacking front sorted ASAP.
I think we need a right winger and a left
Yeah.
back because I think that we've got enough players that can play striker. I don't think I think that's not a summer. I think that's a summer problem
Well,
because we've
we've
now
got
got
Richie out. We've got Richie is out, isn't he, with a hamstring? We've only got Solanke as the only recognised striker at the club. I know we've got Dean Scarlett
Amawani and
and Morani.
Mawani.
I don't think Morani's very good, Mia. I really don't. I don't
I'm
rate him at
just
all.
saying that, and also
Yeah.
Tell can play up front, can he not?
I think forward players today can play in any three positions. I think they can play in
So,
left, right, and striker.
so then that means that we have got enough then because I feel like that we've got Tell, we've got Mawani, we've got Dom, and we've got Scarlett. So I don't think I think that's a summer problem.
If the right offer came along, you got Vlahovic on 6 months left in his contract, 20 million.
No, I wouldn't, because like I say, I think that's a summer problem, man. I think we're going to waste money on a striker when we've got enough
I
strikers,
think
and actually left back and right wing are much more important.
I'm sorry, Mia.
Because
I'm sorry, Mia. I think we've got to sort the striker out in the window as well, this window as well. I really do think we have to.
it's a waste, man. Like if we've only got a set amount of players that we're going to get. I'm sorry, but left back, we haven't got nobody to going to challenge Adogi. We've only got Spence and Porro. If one of them go out, as well as Adogi, we're effed. So we're going to have to play more of Ben Davies. And as much as he's Mr. Reliable, we all know now he's getting a bit older. He's not exactly preferable to keep playing him. So we need to get that sorted. Striker can wait until summer, man, because we've got enough players that can play that position.
Mm.
We've got enough.
So we need so fullback for you and a right midfielder.
No, right winger and a
Right
left
winger
back.
and then a fullback. Where fullback do you want to go for, Mia?
I don't know. With left, it's hard because it's obviously you want a left footer, and to get one that's available is really difficult. So I couldn't say anyone specific at the moment that I can really think off the top of my head, but I do think it is important to get one because I do feel like Adogi needs to really have somebody to sort of like fight it out.
Yeah, I like Jed Spence, but I think Jed Spence has to play in the left. I really do.
On the right, you mean? Because he's
On the right,
right-footed.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather see him on the right. I think we do need a left fullback. So who we will get in? It's hard to know, isn't it? We've got so many problems within the squad, Mia. We've got so much work to do, haven't we? Really, it's hard to get everything done in one window. But And the problem is, are we buying for this manager? Are we buying for the next manager? I think we need just to buy for the club, make club signings. Would you agree with that?
I think all signings are club signings, Dermot.
Yeah.
I don't think any aren't. I don't think I've never ever subscribed to that. It was Conte who got players. It was Jose who got players. It was Ange that got players. So I don't subscribe to the same thing for Frank. It's not on him. He just gets asked if he wants a player, and he says yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robinson from Fulham.
Yeah, that's
shout.
a name that keeps coming. I like that. I would like that
Good
for
shout.
him. I think he's a good player, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry,
like I say, I think that honestly, I think that some of these problems are summer problems, because I think that if we've got enough in some positions where we're overflowing, like left, we've got plenty of players that can play on the left. I feel like right is so much more important, because now we've got Kudos out. If Wilson Odeberg gets injured, who's going to play on the right? And we need a right footer, really. So we need someone really who's right-footed or both-footed.
There has been talk about putting Porro as a winger.
Well, that's just nonsense. I don't think they're going to do that.
Look,
I don't
Mia. I think it's a bit harsh. I don't think it's nonsense. I've heard the argument that he can play in the right. He is a good crosser of the ball. I think some people have said that he might be a better winger than he is a defender, which sometimes I actually do understand that argument. I feel it's a bit harsh. If you're
going to put in the right, when we've only got one of a right back, why are we going to put him at right wing?
I was just saying that people have said. I'm not saying that myself. I'm not putting out that I'm saying this should happen. I'm saying people have said that Porro can play in the right side of the field. So I'm just saying, if it comes to it for a game or two, if we have to, there is that option. Look,
I just shake my head because I just feel like that needs to be addressed instead of just trying to put someone in there that doesn't need to be there, man. I just think it's just ridiculous.
If that's the case, then Mia, then that means we failed. The club failed us in the summer by not doing proper business in the summer.
I agree.
And they also failed us by not covering that when they sold Brendan Johnson, by not covering
that's
that.
Right.
That
I
side.
said,
I do agree with that.
I said when we sold him, Dermot, I put on my video and said, in case Kudos gets injured, a week later he gets bloody injured. I'm either a witch, Mystic Meg, which one you want to call me, but I can't believe I said that in my video and then it happened. I said we should not get rid of Brennan Johnson if we haven't got a replacement.
Yeah, I know. I agree with that. We should have got a replacement in very soon. We've got one more thing as well. This is actually for the members here, right? This is the Fantasy League. I've been meaning to do this for a little while, so just a little catch up. If you are a member and you are part of the Fantasy Football League, then this is for you guys. Right, this is the top 12. We've got Rowan at 12, bottom of the league, 912 points, and then we've got Tony Gibson on 918. We've got Kuvra on 979. Then we've got Darren Sweet and Sarah on 1019. We've got Column, AFC Column, Manchester United on 1044. We've got Mary Whitney Town on 1046 in seventh. We've got Kate, just a girl who loves Spurs in sixth place on 1066. We're getting into the top five. I'm in fifth place on 1080. We've got Snaptrack Hotspurs in fourth. Big up to you, Dave, on 1097. We've got Carl Simpson killing it with Carl's kill shots in third on 1125. Then we've got Rhino, who was always he was a high winner. He was leading it all the time. He was way ahead, but James has whittled him down, brought him back to reality. He's sitting in second now at the moment on 1161. And James, winter is coming. A little bit of what's the name of that TV program? King of the North. What's the name of it? Game of Thrones. Thank you, Mrs. Tron. Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. Sits at top. 67 points he got. It wasn't the highest scorer last week, by the way. And he's sitting there with 1,170. So that is getting tightly. It's a nice little tight battle up there. Anyone can move up. But guys, I don't know if it's too late to come in now, but definitely for next season, definitely get involved in the Fantasy League. It's a lot of fun. And I will be giving you a week-to-week update now. Simon says, Man City are 1-0 up. You should get
Oh,
involved in the fantasy league next season. It'd be fun to get you involved in it.
maybe. Can I just clarify for DJ? I didn't say that we were going to miss him. I said that we should replace him, and we only didn't miss him because Frank never played him when he probably could have played him and then given Kudos a break, and maybe he wouldn't have got injured. But just saying. But I'm not big. I'm not saying. I'm just saying he should have been replaced. It doesn't matter which player we've got. It just like means that he needs to have. We need to have somebody on that side. Is what my point would be.
I'm slightly disappointed with Brennan Johnson. He's not everyone's cup of tea. I'll admit that. I will admit that he's not everyone's cup of tea. And I did back him for a few seasons. And I felt this season, by winning the Europa League, I think it made him thought he was better than what he thought he was, if I'm being honest.
I don't think he thought that at all. I don't think he thought that. I really don't.
I just didn't like the way he was acting within the James Madison videos, where he's making the funny faces, and there's James Madison trying to get his knee where he should be training. He's not playing well.
You don't know what he was doing. You don't know if he had finished his training. Like, you're making assumptions about something.
No, it's just my opinion, Mia. I'm allowed an opinion.
Yeah, but no, you're not making an opinion. You're making assumptions. You're assuming something about somebody.
All right.
That's different. If you say it's my opinion that he shouldn't be doing that, that's fine. But you're saying because he didn't train, well, that's an assumption that you don't know the facts for.
That's me being told off. Oh Lord, that's me being told off.
You missed this, didn't you? Really, damn it.
I did. Yeah, I missed this. Yeah. Where's the vodka? Quick.
2-0 up. Man City 2-0
up. We've got David said, "Heaven help us, Mia speaking basic common sense." Great to see. Yeah, see, you come on, and I'm just reduced. I'm just reduced to the talking gobshite.
Appreciated.
But anyway, we will end it there. Thank you for joining us, guys. We do have a stream tomorrow. We do have Change for Tottenham coming on. Me, Rain, and James are really delighted to welcome Billy from Change. We think it's Billy. It might not be Billy. It could be Hayden. We're not sure. Somebody from Change for Tottenham is going to turn up. And so do join us for that. We've got a set of questions. Do get your thoughts in as well, guys. And please do, if you have enjoyed this, do hit the like, do hit the subscribe as well, if you can. Really, please. But if you can, give this young lady a like on the Tottenham Lone Wolf. Look, I like Mia. I've got great time for Mia. I've known Mia a long time in this community. I really have, and she's a lovely person. She really is. She may come across a bit brash or a bit like your school teacher that used to hide under the table when you're at school. Yes, she does have Romero hiding in it. She does have Romero somewhere in the dungeon down there. But Mia, tell anyone about your channel.
Yeah, I've got my new channel that I've started up. I haven't really kind of gone out there and been like, look, I'm back. So obviously people were saying, oh, you're back. Yeah, I am. I've been for a little while. So yeah, I just do my videos daily, mostly. I do news. I do reviews of the games, previews of the games, but they're all pre-recorded. So yeah, I don't do lives anymore, but you still can catch me talking about Tottenham, and I'm always in the chat, in the comments to chat to people, so you can still obviously interact with me and have conversations, but we just do it in a slightly different way than before. So that's what I'm doing currently.
Not the way we
thanks, DJ. Love you.
Yeah, big up you, DJ, and big up to me. Thank you for coming on. It was a bit last minute asking, and I was thinking, is she free? Will she be free? But no, I appreciate you coming on, Mia.
Oh, thank you, David, for subbing.
Yeah, we will get you on again before the end. We will get you on transfer deadline day as well, Mia, because we want to hear the Mia thought the transfer window. We will do that. If you are asking, guys, what we're doing transfer deadline day, well, we're going to run it the same as we did in the summer deadline day. We're going to be on all day. We're going to be on in the morning with Good Morning transfer deadline day. We're going to be on in the afternoon, I think, for a couple of hours with all the dailings. And then we're going to, for the end of the window, we're going to be on from, I think, 4 all the way to the close of the window. We're going to put the shift in. And we are going to give you the latest breaking news. Guys, any more news I get between now and tomorrow when we're on, I bring to you first and fastest. And also keep an eye on your YouTube. Hit that bell. because we want to give you the news first. Guys, we're going to bounce out of here. My dinner's on its way. Mia's going to see Romero for a little while
and Gazzaniga. Don't forget Gazzaniga as well.
Yeah, give them their cup of tea and biscuits. But on that bombshell, we should leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. I haven't got an outro video done yet.
Big up, everyone.
On that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Come on, you Spurs. In the transfer window, we trust, I think. I hope.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Just bring back Ange.
Eyes on the prize.